Hi, I'm Joe Crabtree, and in this short series of lessons, I'm going to talk about playing with a click track. I've just come back off a tour with Wishbone Ash, and I decided on this tour to play some of the songs to a click. Now, normally I use Polynome to count off the songs. It will give me 2 bars of click to give me a tempo, then I count the band off and we play without a click. But I thought it would be interesting to take some of those songs and play them so that I'm hearing a click and the rest of the band isn't. And that way I could get some insight into whether I had a tendency to speed up or slow down, or I could identify which direction the bass player or the guitarist were pulling in if they were pulling me away from being in time. And I found it quite an interesting exercise, and I want to show you some of the things that I discovered. So the groove I was playing in one of the songs was very simple, and it went something like this. So the first thing I did was put together just a quarter note click on a cowbell, which sounds like this. So to play to that, okay, so I'd find myself playing along and getting pulled away from that click by maybe the bass player rushing slightly on certain runs, and I would have this tendency to follow him. Or maybe if I went into a fill, I would tend to speed up a little bit. So I experimented then with adding an 8th note. So here's an 8th note click, all on the cowbell. It sounds kind of rigid, but you know, playing along to that is a different feel. So that allows me to focus on the bass drum that comes on the offbeat and have something to lock that into. And then I thought, well, what if I have something higher pitched, maybe a shaker? So I came up with a cowbell and shaker click. And I thought this would be a good idea because the high pitched shaker would really cut through and I'd be able to hear that. But the problem for me with that is that I really like to hear what I'm doing with the hi-hat. I like to hear how open it is and where my accents are. And when I played along to this click with the shaker kind of masked what I was doing on the hi-hat. So it really didn't help. So that wasn't a good one for me. What I finally settled on was more of a percussion click. So this one here has some bongos to give me the 16th feel. It's got a clave underneath to give me a more interesting rhythm to play with. And it does have a shaker on the offbeat, but it's not too loud. And I find that playing with this feels more musical to me than playing with a straight ahead click. So that's the one that I ended up using live. Now, one of the cool things you can do with Polynome is create a playlist, which is what I have here, and set it to auto advance through the items in the list. So if I go ahead and choose all these and set the reps to be 2, then Polynome will play through these one at a time, and I'll get 2 bars or 2 repeats of each pattern, and I can have that change underneath my groove, and then I can get a feel of how different clicks work with what I'm playing with. So here's a demonstration. So that for me is a fun thing to do in the practice room, play to different clicks. And in the next lesson in the series, I'm going to show you how you can use this concept to improve your timing without the click. So if you want to download this playlist, you'll find it at polynome.net/clicks. And at polynome.net, you can find out more about Polynome. And at joecrabtree.com, you can find more drum lessons. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another lesson.